Welcome to episode 5 of Cox-tales, the podcast where I have conversation over cocktails. Today, I have the wonderful Caroline Foster. I don't know why I said your full name, but we're going with it.
It's fine. Hi, y'all.
And we are drinking a very girly drink by the request of Caroline. We have blue raspberry vodka and lemonade. She asked for something fruity, and this is what I came up with because I was being lazy.
You delivered.
Well, I wanted to get Cutwater spirits, like the premixed ones again. But I was like, I've had these for the last 2 podcasts and I don't want to do it again, even though they're delicious. But I wanted to get something different, so I didn't just say the same drink over and over. But
wise thinking, but
you should try them anyway. They're really good.
definitely a freshman year type drink.
This was like 13-year-old Isaac drink.
You're ahead of the game.
England. We start drinking early. Everyone was smoking weed at 13 and drinking. Except me. The weed part, I definitely was drinking. When you have brothers that are 5 years older who are already 18 and they just buy you alcohol, it works out well. But I know you've cheated for this part. As always, describe yourself with an event.
What I came up with was, I think I'm hiking a 14er. And hiking a 14er that involves technical gear. Because...
Getting technical with the description.
Well, it couldn't be easy, but... The biggest feedback I ever get is that I'm super intimidating to talk to the first go round. And then...
I'm remembering how we met. You weren't intimidating.
That was different. We had a mutual friend. But no, it takes a really long time to get to know me. But once you get to the top, I think you'll like what you'll see.
Why the technical gear then?
It couldn't be easy.
Oh.
Not just any
That just means
hiker.
a hard one to fight, not just you need technical gear to do it. You just need balls. I thought you were going to say terrifying and white on top.
Oh gosh, come on.
Terrified and the, what's her name? Elsa from Frozen, you. Just pure white and just terrifying at the top.
No, intimidating, hard to get to know. You'll like what you see once you get to the top.
When it's looking away from you.
Exactly. Too much focus, can't have that.
I just realised that sounded really mean, but that's what when you get there,
did.
you don't look at the mountain, you look away from it.
But you'll like what you see at the top. Don't take the metaphor so literally.
That's what I do. I always do. But no, I wanted to start with, I want to start with an explanation from you. Disney College Program.
Disney College Program.
Just explain.
Disney Closing Program. So the Disney College Program is a program for college kids to go down to either Walt Disney World Resort in Florida or Disneyland in California and work in the theme parks as well as take advantage of educational opportunities. So when I was down there, I took human resource management as well as organizational leadership. And then I worked in the theme park at the Seven Doors Mine Train, which is a family coaster. And I like to say that I was among one of the busiest cast members in the world because I worked at the busiest attraction in the busiest land of the busiest theme park in the world.
It's a lot of busy.
It is a lot of busy.
Do you just apply then, and then after you get in, you choose what you want to do?
So there's not a whole lot of choice in it. I applied in January of last year, and once you've applied through an application, it takes you to an online survey. It's kind of like an aptitude survey. And then based on that, you'll either get a phone interview or you'll be put in no longer in consideration. And so once I did that, in my application, I indicated my first, second, third, fourth, fifth choices of what I wanted to do in the theme parks. But you're not guaranteed anything along the way. So
But you get to choose what you're going to learn on the education side.
Yes.
So or how much choice is there? Do you have to be business orientated, or can you literally be psychology or art?
You could definitely be psychology or art. It's just probably going to count as your elective credit, whereas mine counted as core curriculum.
Business core or university core?
Business core.
I was going to say, university core?
No, I looked out and both of mine transferred over. I did talk to the dean of the business college before I left.
Beth.
And got a written signature that said organizational leadership would come over as MGT 4++, so it would count towards my major.
It's good that you did it before,
Yeah.
rather than coming back and be like, hey, this should have counted.
Well, it didn't transfer over correctly when I got back to CSU.
Neither did my brothers when he did a study abroad here.
I definitely freaked out. I definitely got an email from my advisor.
For how many people that transfer, I am shocked at how bad the system is of transferring credits.
The problem was actually that it transferred as one of the courses I'm currently enrolled in. So instead of coming over...
So yours actually came over well.
Yes.
But I know so many people who basically come to do the same thing and they just, like, they have another year of school now because they didn't transfer. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
The system is definitely got some flaws in it, but for me, it transferred really well. And then I had to go in and say, please make this just a general management course instead of the course that I'm...
There's a lot of management choices as well.
There are, but I didn't want to get stuck in advanced supply chain management.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it would have counted towards my core, but hard pass.
Yeah, advanced supply chain, if you know what you're doing in supply chain, you can make a lot of money, but you have to like it, and barely anyone does.
Well, yeah, when you look at a water bottle, you just think, oh, nice water bottle. You don't think about the plastic, the label, the little plastic thing around the cup, the transportation costs. You don't think of any of it.
Taking Bill Schuster's class, what was it? International Business Management.
I'm in that now.
So have you started your project?
Toothpicks.
That's when you get to... You better have a good supply chain major in your group.
No.
We had one in ours, thankfully, and he just took over for the shipping, the distribution, the filling the container. He just knew everything, got that part done, and we just had to focus on the rest of it.
You lucky duck.
I'm so glad that he was there in our group. And we were 5 friends as well. Like, we all knew each other and liked each other, and then he just happened to be a supply chain, and I was like, yes.
No, I think we've got 2 management, 1 marketing.
I was CIS and management. We had a marketing in there with a supply chain. I think Colin was marketing and management. It was a good bunch.
Yeah.
Best class ever still. Take Bill Schuster's class. What was it?
It's 475.
475.
I adore
At
it.
CSU.
I second that. Bill Schuster is just kind of the best anyway.
Have you had your first test yet?
I have.
I forget how far across it is in the semester. I was like, you just came back from Disney like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Because it's now March.
I did just complete my first test last week.
Did he... Explain how honest he is with tests.
He is so sweet, actually. So he doesn't make you necessarily answer the question correctly, but if you can talk your way around the question and show that you understood... And you've missed the right word and
you just can't remember it.
Right. If you can say an example instead of the word that he wants, you're going to get 100% credit also.
Well, and he tells you to revise exactly what's on there. He doesn't tell you something that's not on there.
Oh, yeah.
And if he's put something on the test that he's like, I forgot I didn't tell you this was on here, you're going to get full credit for it.
Yes.
He just gives you full credit.
He doesn't wipe it. He gives you 100% credit for it.
It's just like, I didn't teach you this was my fault, it's on me, we make mistakes, have credit.
Do you know what happened this week?
No.
So he lent his truck to a friend for the weekend because it's going to snow tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he left the test in the back seat. And he addressed the class and he was like, I hold you guys to standards. I believe in deadlines. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad about this. Everyone gets 2% extra credit.
Oh, I never got that. He didn't mess up that one. Has he spoken about his daughter yet?
A couple times, but nothing.
He loves stories like this. He loves stories in general. You heard about the Russians yet?
Heard about the Russians.
When he was doing negotiating out there. And they couldn't accept gifts because he was working for CSU. Oh. He also did like the study board in Poland. Like he was the teacher out there.
He used to be the Disney College representative.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not the type of guy, if you look at him, that you think that. When you get to know him, maybe you can kind of understand that. But no, he loves stories. There's one about Porsche boxes that he ends up selling in Russia. There's ones about woodland that he bought here and there. He's a man with a lot of stories, and I actually emailed him if he knew anyone that wanted to come on the podcast or if he wanted to come on.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm really hoping he says yes.
Fingers
because there'd be
crossed.
so many stories.
That would be the best podcast. Trump mine for sure.
No, yeah, but I couldn't get anyone else.
Oh, good.
Then more to it. What would you change about the Disney College program? Going back a bit.
I think that if I had to do it all over again, I would do random roommates. I started the program with 6 roommates, and only me and one other girl made it through the whole thing. And I would still keep Emily as my roommate all the way, but maybe just the 2 of us. linking up with random roommates would have been probably better.
So you knew everyone that was meant to be there?
No, I knew 6 ladies. So
I know everyone in that, like, you knew everyone who was meant to be your roommate.
yes.
How did you... Did they all come from here?
No. So there are dozens and dozens and dozens of Facebook pages dedicated to, did you get into the DCP? What's your arrival date? And you
Disney
can only...
College Program for people who didn't get there.
Yeah, sorry. DCP, Disney College Program. But I definitely think that I would have gone the random route. Maybe linked up with Emily and then gone the random route.
So, like, take someone that you've spoken to so you're not alone, and then just...
And then do random. Because when we had our random roommates, it worked out so much better than the 6 that we started with. 3 of them, there were 3 of us that made it for a really long time, but 3 of them dropped within the first 2 weeks, and they went out in a blaze of glory. So I would do random roommates because every random roommate that I had along the way was wonderful.
Seems like a lot of effort to drop out in 2 weeks.
Doesn't
After
it?
all the applications, waiting that long. Because you applied in January of last year and you went in August? September?
I went in May.
You went that early?
I was there for 8 months.
I thought you weren't there for summer.
I was there for summer.
That's a lot of effort to go through, even that just application stuff to then drop out after 2 weeks.
Well, the worst part is that when you drop out of the program, you get put on a no rehire list with Disney. And you don't know where you're going to be in your future. And Disney owns ABC. They own ESPN. So you've put yourself on a no rehire list for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to do the DCP, do it all the way through. You won't regret it once you're done.
Even if you hate it while you're there, just don't do it, because you might want to go work at ESPN, or you might want to go work in a film company, or you might want to go work for, I forgot, they own a lot of other things outside of that. Like,
yes. So putting yourself on a no rehire list.
Did you get told that before, or did you find that out?
It's pretty well known, but they make sure that you know that you're signing a contract for your time there, and that...
Because I'm guessing if you just leave a job at Disney, you're not put on a no rehire.
So it depends.
I guess it depends how you leave.
Exactly. So even if you need to leave the DCP for a legitimate reason, medical reasons, someone in your family, something bad happened, you just need to talk to the right people, and then you leave the company with grace. Go about it the right way.
Yeah, don't just leave.
Don't just leave and then everyone's left.
I really hope they don't want to go work for... Actually, I kind of hope they do want to go work for those companies. Says you're right.
No bad juju.
Just makes me think juju on that beat. Every time someone says that. So what was the most important thing that you learnt there that you brought back with you?
Nothing is too small. So when we work with everyone on a daily basis, even just saying hi to somebody can make their entire vacation. And so it's the little things in your impact on people that you don't even realize that you have that make them want to come back to Walt Disney World again and again growing up.
How are you bringing that back to the real world? Makes sense to bring it there, but how are you... I got it into the last one. I was like, so basically don't be a dick, but then I was like, they're not going to come back to like your house necessarily, like, if you count this as like Disneyland. Taking
it to the real world, there's nothing too small in your job that you couldn't just
basically don't moan about the little things.
Exactly.
You're not too big to go make coffee. You're not too big to hold open the door. Or
kindness goes so far, and a lot of people who work on the DCP or work at Disney in general sometimes become complacent and they get frustrated with guest situations along the line.
I hate people. I couldn't work there.
But kindness never goes out of style.
Actually, you know what I hate more than people?
What?
Fake smiles.
One of the things I heard...
If you're in character and it's towards kids, I don't count that as fake. Because that is for work. Fake smiles, though. I hate fake smiles.
It was a fellow cast member, I don't remember who, but they said, you don't have to be happy to work at Disney. You just have to fake it for 8 hours at a time.
That's a lot of faking. Even for women.
Wow.
That was an insult to men, really.
Okay.
You know where I meant that.
Mm.
So how are you going to take that into your new proposed... What's the word? Business, life, job. What's the word for another job? What's the...
Career.
Career, yeah, we'll go with that one. Wasn't the word I was thinking, but we'll go with that.
So I want to be an event planner. Hopefully, I'll go back to Disney. But in event planning, it's all about the little details. So I like to plan an event starting with the 5 senses. What are you going to see when you walk in? Hear, taste, smell, everything.
What about the 6th sense?
Feel?
No dead people.
Oh,
I
that's
see
a
dead
6th.
people.
Oh, gotcha. That went right over my head. Yowza. But so
Is feel the 6th sense, really?
it's fine. It's fine.
Isn't that touch? What do you mean, like emotional?
Yeah.
Feel?
What?
You said like I said the 6th sense, and you said like feel or something.
Yeah, because sight. I don't know. But
Like
feel,
emotional feel, maybe.
No, feel is one of
Yeah,
your
touch
senses.
is one of
Touch,
them.
yeah.
But I said 6th, and you said feel.
I
like,
know.
what?
I think I was going with 5th, but oh well. Anyway, small details come super into play with event planning. One of the things as an event
What
planner.
are the 5 senses? I've got 4.
Oh my goodness.
Sight,
Sight,
sound, touch,
sound.
taste.
Sight, sound, touch, taste.
What's the 5th one?
Sight, sound, hear.
No, that's sound.
Sound. Oh God.
What's that? This is bad. Google.
Hold up. Sight, sound, smell. Sight.
Oh, smell. We didn't say smell.
Did we not?
No.
Oh.
You just said smell.
Oops.
I was like, I can't think of the 5th. That was bad. Go on, event planning. You start with the 5 senses.
Start with the 5 senses, but as you move on, it's really the little things that make it seamless. So making sure that the chords are where they need to be, making sure that the timeline for your bride or the timeline for your guests is set up completely so that everybody's on the same track, having your meetings before the event happens so that everybody is on the same
Schedule, everything.
Yes.
Plan.
Everyone is thinking as one. So little details.
So
Go
why
a long
event
way.
planning in general, though? That's how
Why
you're
do
gonna bring
I
it-
choose
Yeah.
event planning? Because I think it falls definitely into my skill set. I originally came to CSU with the intent to go into veterinary medicine. Turns out you have to like biology to major in it.
Who'd have thunk it?
I know, crazy, right? But event planning, I love bringing chaos together into order. So I love going into a situation that's chaotic and being able to bring order and organization and structure. And
Are
I've
you authoritative enough to do that?
asked the right people.
You're very gentle normally, so I can't imagine you being the one to yell. I can see it being when they know something needs to be done and when other people accept there needs to be change, you can organise it. But if there's people who just aren't doing the right things, don't know what they're doing, I've never seen that side of you being able to go and crack the whip, so to speak.
Ask my sorority sisters when I was on exec. I think they've seen a different side than you have.
The evil side.
To some.
Good, they deserve it. You're too nice to be mean to someone who doesn't deserve it, so... So then why weddings inside event planning?
Oh my goodness, I'm a hopeless romantic through and through. So I think that being...
But then why not be like a proposal specialist? Or a date specialist? You could be Hitch, you could be the female Hitch.
Ew, no.
You don't want to be the female Will Smith?
No.
I'd be Will Smith in a heartbeat.
Blech. No, gag.
What, actually being Will Smith or being Hitch?
No, being Hitch. No, being Will Smith is fine.
I was like, I'd definitely be Will Smith. Will Smith or Justin Timberlake?
Justin Timberlake came on The Attraction when I was working. But anywho...
Why was he on that? Isn't it for
he
like
was there with
3-year-olds?
his family. Oh, no. We are for anybody that is 38 inches and up.
How tall's 30 inches in feet? Just under
That's a
2?
great question. 38? That's...
No, 24, so 36, so it's just under 3.
Yeah. No, it's just
36 is 3 feet.
38 inches. is the height requirement.
I thought you said 30.
No, 38.
Oh. So 3'2".
Yes. But
Midgets.
tiny humans. But
Dwarves.
7.
That wasn't offensive to dwarfs. I was thinking Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I wasn't saying real life dwarfs.
You're treading on
Are they?
territory there.
Do they play the dwarfs? Or do you get kids to play the dwarfs?
The dwarfs are who they are, Isaac.
Are they real dwarfs though? Like they're adults?
I think that Happy would say that he's a dwarf.
But not the other 6? They're
I think
people
that
kneeling down?
I think that all of them. If you asked Happy and Dopey what they
Get
are,
out your magical persona.
I think that they would tell you that they were dwarves.
So yes, they're played by real dwarfs. It's probably one of the only places there's a lot of jobs for them.
I don't know
Except
what-
film sets.
I don't know what you're
Film
talking
sets
about,
has
but
got
I
the-
know that some people who are friends with dwarves are not necessarily dwarves.
How annoyed would you be if you were a dwarf and The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings were filmed with real, not like they're not real, but like normal sized people, and yet they were meant to be tiny, and you didn't get those jobs?
I feel like that's an
literally-
onion of a question.
It's like literally almost like a position made for you in these books, and yet it's not played by you. It's just CGI'd so you'll look smaller.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on this one.
I don't know. I think I would be annoyed.
Maybe, but
I guess you can't be annoyed if you didn't like apply and there was no one who wanted to be like Frodo or something. But
I was gonna say, if I'm gonna play devil's advocate, which I love to do, what if there weren't enough actors? What if the actor didn't personify the character well enough? What if...
I guess they'd all have to be though, because you couldn't have one person CGI'd
Right.
and then 6 not.
Correct.
That would look weird.
Yes.
Or would be a lot more work for whoever's behind the computer CGI that.
Yes. So, I don't know.
I don't know why I thought of that, because I was talking about dwarfs and place for dwarfs to work, and then I thought The Hobbit, and I was like, they're not dwarfs.
The Hobbit soundtrack is fire.
Which one, though? You're thinking of the Ed Sheeran one, I See Fire, I'm guessing.
Guilty.
It is a good song. But it's the only one I can think of that's actually in there that I know what it is, so...
Mm-hmm. There's also the one that's, like, it sounds almost Celtic, where it's, like, deep voices, deep male voices. I don't know what song it is.
Oh, from the first one where they're in Bilbo's house singing it. When they're, like, washing up.
Maybe.
And they do... Or they're outside by a fire or something. I know which
I
one
like
you mean.
that one, but yes.
I know which one you mean. I just can't... Yeah, I don't know what that one is, though. So your goal is to end up back at Disney.
Hopefully. We'll see.
What's your goal?
Yes, it's my goal, but I did get a big girl job here in Fort Collins, so we'll see.
But are you a goal setter in general?
Yes. I don't necessarily do the written goals. They're mostly all to myself. They're more like high
Written
standards.
ones, not to yourself? They're more high standards than goals.
They're more high standards than goals. Like, I have a standard for my life that I want to hit, and I will do whatever it takes to get there.
So how do you set them if you don't write them down? Or do you write them down somewhere, just not, like, publicly?
No, I don't write them down.
Do you follow SMART?
No, don't make me cocky.
Do you actually not... Do you follow SMART goals?
No, I don't do
Oh,
sports.
God. I was going to say, if you actually do that, my opinion of you has gone down.
No, I don't do SMART goals. I didn't even know I was going to do the Disney College program. I came to school one day. I was in a hospitality 101 class because I wanted an easy credit.
I was like, that's a class?
Yep, I wanted an easy credit, and a presenter came on the Disney College program, and I applied that day.
That doesn't answer the question. That answers how you got to Disney. How do
That
you set your
answers-
goals?
Right, but I don't necessarily...
But you obviously have some.
Yes.
So like, how do you set... Do you, like, give yourself an end target and progressive, like, marks?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just, like, a dream and I need to work towards that?
Dream, and I need to work towards it. So my dream is to move to Southern California, so I'd say that's a goal. And in a marketplace that's saturated with event planners, I need to make myself stand out.
True.
So one thing that can
Although
make
there's
me
also
stand out.
abundance of opportunities, so
There is, but it's super saturated. So if I have Walt Disney
That
World
made me
on my
think of it.
resume, then it looks a lot better. So it'll help me get to Southern California in my dream.
So how do you stick to them if you don't have, like, landmarks to get to? How do you keep yourself accountable?
I think that's kind of just my personality. I am incredibly type A plus, so I'll hold myself to my own standard.
And you said, don't make me so big on myself. That made, like, when you said saturated market, it made me think of a video that I watched earlier from Joe Rogan's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You probably don't want to talk about the topic, so I'm not going to bring it up, but it's a very good point.
Which one with Joe Rogan?
Oh.
Is it?
Who was it? I can't remember who it was with, but it was about porn.
Nope. Subject change.
Well, no, it's literally that. Surely the porn market's saturated. Like, no one's watched every single video, so how are people still making more videos? That was basically the conversation.
And so what's your next question, Isaac?
I was about to say something ridiculous, but as a joke, won't say that. I don't know how to word this one. It will just, do you have a bucket list?
Oh my goodness, yes. It involves...
So you don't have goals, but you have a bucket list. Is this one written down?
No,
Do you write anything down?
I do. My day planner is my best friend.
Do you write notes in class rather than type them?
I type them.
Ah, okay. I was like, if you write notes in class and you still don't write things down, I don't trust you as a person.
No, I type my notes. I live with my day planner.
Is your bucket list written down then?
No.
I just already asked that. You already said no.
But it involves a lot of travel. So.
I think most people's, like, the stereotypical bucket list is travel, I feel like.
Oh, 100%. But life experiences, I don't really think of that as bucket list. Like, yes, I want to have kids. Yes, I want to get married.
I don't count that, but I count other things that probably would be under experience.
Such as, but not limited to.
I don't know. I'm trying to think now. I said it and then I was like, what would that be?
Yep. But, yep, I definitely want to travel. Italy, I would love to learn another language. When I was in...
I think I'm too stubborn now to learn another language.
I tried to learn Spanish when I was down in Florida because it would have been so helpful.
California. Be very helpful.
It would just... It's,
America in general be very helpful.
yes. So I would love to learn Spanish. I blame my mom for not making me learn it when I was like 3.
See, I don't. And everyone's like, oh, I feel uncultured. But I'm like, why would I, without trying to seem like I'm the dominant race, like, why would I try and learn something when other people are learning what I know? Because everyone was worried that, oh, we're going to have to learn Chinese. There's so many of them. But all of them are learning English.
Well, that's because English
And like
is
all
the
Indian,
business language.
yeah. So why would I go and learn something that might help make friends or make a first impression? But if I'm still polite and speaking English, it's not gonna hurt me. Like only knowing one language for me doesn't hurt my opportunities as such.
Language barriers are so difficult.
Oh, just be a young English person who goes to a holiday in Europe. You learn how to communicate without words. A lot of pointing. It's all English people do at menus. Like, I want this.
Oh my goodness. Well, language barriers are something I would love to overcome. So learning Spanish would be incredible.
That'd be the one you choose to learn if you could learn anything.
I believe
If they're all as easy as each other.
But which one would be more useful?
Depends what you want to go. For you, Spanish probably.
For me, Spanish would be most useful.
What would be cool? Chinese.
You would get paid a lot.
Yeah. A lot of people that can speak multiple languages now just become translators. Because everyone needs things translated, whether it's documents, manuals.
Mandarin
everything.
to English is like the most desirable, or it was a couple years ago.
Which is just China, because they all learn English. They do, though.
Yes. But
And some better than others, but they all learn English.
Yes.
Including the Japanese, who, what do they speak? Japanese?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but Chinese don't speak, or the Chinese people don't speak Chinese, they speak Mandarin. So I didn't know if there was another word for what Japanese spoke.
Oh my goodness.
Because we call Mandarin Chinese, but there's like, I don't want to say a ridiculous number, but a ridiculous number of Mandarin like dialects. Like it's
It's
different
one of-
across
Yeah,
wherever you go.
I agree with that. But I would also
I
love
think
to learn
I might
Italian.
be wrong on that, but just because you want to go to Rome and flirt with some Italian men,
Because my
no denial.
grandpa was Italian.
Really?
I
Grandpa on your mum's side?
Yes.
I was going to say there's no way Foster's Italian.
No. But my mom is 50-50, so she's British and Italian. And then I'm 25-25. And then a jumble on my dad's side. So I would like to learn
Like
Italian.
a jumble sale. Any Spanish in there that would make you want to learn Spanish?
No, but again, useful, especially in the event planning world.
Because you live in America, or in general, a
A
lot
lot
of
of
Spanish
staff.
people? Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. What do you wish? This is an odd question, but I liked it when I wrote this. What do you wish you could put on your bucket list that you might be like too scared to do or won't ever like get to do? You don't think that would happen?
Oh my goodness. Like something super extravagant?
Yeah, they like either I'm never going to be able to do that, or I don't think I could do that, but it'd be cool to say I've done it. Like if you're too scared to swim with sharks, but like if you could say I could swim with sharks, like would you, like, type of thing? Like what would it be? I love this question I wrote down. I was like, this is a great question.
Oh my goodness. So I've seen 47 meters deep or whatever it is. I'm not swimming with sharks. It's not happening. But that would be cool to be able to say, I hope one day I'll do skydiving.
That's on mine. I was like, I guess like some people would say that they're too scared to do it. But I feel like once you're up there and you're strapped to someone, you're kind of going regardless.
They're gonna jump.
Yeah.
So
And you're attached.
and you're attached. So.
And you want to stay attached, otherwise you ain't living.
Exactly. Ugh, scary.
I just thought of a ridiculous one though. That's like,
Share, I might steal it.
well, it's just like either being to the moon or like being to Mars or something. Like it probably will be
Okay.
possible in our life, but we may never get the chance to do it.
I would like to see the bottom of the ocean.
The like whatever the trench is.
I believe in mermaids.
What trench? What is the deepest trench ever in the sea?
Mm-hmm.
Which I can't remember what it's called. I think it's in the Atlantic.
I don't know. But yes.
It's like the deepest point, and it's
Yes.
deeper
we know
in depth
more.
than it is. Well, we've only like 10% of the sea we've like discovered.
Right.
It
Which
goes-
is why mermaids
it's like
exist.
6 times deeper than like Everest or something. Is higher.
We know more about the surface of the moon than we do about the ocean.
Yeah, which I don't understand that. Why do we suddenly get bored? We have the capabilities of getting there, just no one's bothered to do it.
We don't have the capabilities to get down there. The pressure's too great. It breaks almost all of
We
our
didn't have the
machines.
capability to get to the moon, and then someone said we're going to go do it, so you put your scientists on it. It's possible. It's possible for us to get to the bottom of the sea. Guarantee it.
Oh my goodness. I don't know.
They've done like teleportation with single-celled particles, or single-celled organisms. Like teleportation's possible with small things. Like
I know, but
minute-
it would be I
just
I
doesn't
actually
happen.
didn't know. But if we were to teleport ourselves, it would be splitting apart all of our cells and then bringing
Oh yeah,
it
they've
back
never
together.
done it with anything bigger. They've done it
Yeah.
with single-celled organisms, but like that's still possible. They've done that.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
But like, how it's definitely possible if people put their minds to it to explore that. How is no one being like, I want to go do that? Give me the money, because someone would fund it.
I think that
Now we don't even know everything in the Amazon,
Right.
rainforests. There's still hidden species that people believe it exists and probably do.
I think that innovation comes from bottlenecks, and there's no bottleneck that is.
Basically, we just need Elon Musk to say, I'm going to go to the bottom of the sea.
Oh my goodness! Don't get me started on Elon Musk and
Why?
Tesla. He needs to delegate, which is one of my biggest flaws. I need to delegate, but he needs to
He
delegate
did. He's
Really?
not CEO anymore.
of.
Tesla.
Yeah, but he's such a micromanager that he
It's because he is a
sits
genius
in
and no one
every
knows what he
single car.
knows.
Right. So anyway,
But he's a nutter. You should listen to that podcast if you hadn't, with him and Joe Rogan.
where he got high.
Yeah. The very beginning, even Joe after was like, it was so hard to get to talk to. Like, he was completely normal, came in with his flamethrower, like, melting stuff. And then it was, like, complete talking to a robot. And then they started drinking and started smoking. And then he just started flowing.
My business mind just gawks at that.
He's it's terrifying listening to him speak because you do just think he's not from here. What's going on your bucket list?
So I told you I want to go to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh yeah, I want to see mermaids.
Yes, I want to see the
Prove
mermaids.
mermaids are real. That's on your bucket list.
I don't think they look the way that the Little Mermaid looks, but I think that they're down there. So yes.
So you don't think they're ginger, basically?
Got a thing for ginger.
Or with like seashells for bras.
Yeah, no, I don't think that they're as
If
humanoid.
anything, they don't have anything there.
I don't think they're as humanoid as we've portrayed them, but I feel...
So are they mermaids then, or are they just...
No, they're mermaids. They's mermaids. They've got castles and tools, and I believe it.
So they're not human, but they have castles.
Maybe not what we think of as castles, but yeah.
So then how are they castles to us?
They just are.
I was like, but we'd be the ones saying they've got castles, but if they're not like our castles, we're not going to say they've got castles.
Maybe there'll be a new word for them.
Hermit crabs.
We
That
have
live
those
in shells.
words.
Yeah, but they live in a shell. Maybe that's their
New
castle.
words. New words.
Human herberts.
No.
What was that for? So what do you want to do this year then off your bucket list?
Oh my gosh. I have to do the CSU bucket list. I haven't
Oh,
touched Tony Frank's beard.
Well, good luck, because he's left.
Well,
He's now a chancellor, not... I think he's now in the chancellor role as well, not acting president.
I know that this was his last year. I didn't know he'd already stepped down. Obviously, I pay attention.
I think
Right.
he's in the chancellor role already purely because something that happened with my brother, but...
Interesting.
That's not my story to tell.
But I want to do everything on there.
I basically did the ones that everyone's done and not the stupid ones. I didn't intentionally go out and do them, but like when it comes around to graduation happening, I was like, yeah, I've done that. Have you shouted something from the stump? No, because I don't want to be a lunatic.
I have.
Yeah, but you are a lunatic.
This is true. So
I'm a lunatic, not in that way.
keep it on the DL. No one needs to know.
So what else is on there that you want to do? I can't even remember what's on there. There was some
I need
stupid
to
stuff on
hug
there.
every tree in Sherwood Forest.
Yeah, that's stupid. I'll just go to the real Sherwood Forest, thanks.
No, I don't know. Because I lived in Loveland for a while, I've done a lot of things in Fort Collins that I've done a lot.
Still never hiked the A. Or
I haven't
painted
hiked
it.
the A. Interesting. I don't think there's another opportunity for me to paint it, but I'll probably
I mean,
hike it.
it'll be there in the spring still for people to paint if you're here.
True. Maybe I'll do that.
Because
I'm
I
gonna
was...
steal that one.
I think it was the day of a football game was the Paint the A because people came to the game with like their stuff that they painted it, I'm pretty sure. Either that or the day before.
I was sad that I missed my senior football season.
Well, the football team will be here next year and hopefully better.
That's
No
always
offence
sad.
to them. One of them's coming on after spring football, so we'll see. He's a lovely guy.
Okay, good.
He's a business student.
The best
As-
students are.
Not many of them are. Yeah,
He's
not-
majors.
I don't even know what his major is. I think he's marketing. Not entirely sure. But no, he's a good guy. So's his girlfriend. She ran track, or runs track.
Interesting.
Yeah. We're just staring at each other because I ran track and I met her through my old roommate who ran track. Why are you laughing about that? Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because we went through these very quickly.
Oh gosh.
I think.
Sorry
I
to be such a bore.
haven't actually seen how long we've been going for, but that seemed like very quickly. 40 minutes. Yeah, that was quick.
Maybe I'll just be a gem of a podcast. Short and sweet.
Why does that make you a gem?
Yeah, because it's like...
They're not short, they're small.
Oh my god.
And how are they sweet?
I don't know.
Unless
you
they're
ever
ice
licked a gem?
gems. Ice gems are sweet. They're delicious.
Well, then that's what I was talking about.
Are they called ice gems here?
Depends what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm Googling it.
No.
What are they called here?
I have no idea what those are.
They're like tiny little biscuits with like,
Meringue on top?
kind of like meringue, yeah.
Interesting.
English, everyone always asks like, get me some English, like, what are biscuits? It's a big one you
It's a
get.
cookie.
No, because we have cookies.
I watched the Great British Baking Show.
It depends what though. So like, if you went and got a soft chocolate chip cookie here, that'd be a chocolate chip cookie in England. That wouldn't be a biscuit. But if you went and
Biscuit
got
would
Chips
snap.
Ahoy, that's a biscuit.
I think if it snaps, it's a biscuit.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They're not all that kind of like. Basically, there's like hobnobs are like with oats instead of like flour and sugar and stuff. There's like different types, but.
Like I said,
And yes, I said hobnobs. Hobnobs are great. You can buy them at the cupboard in Fort Collins.
I watch the Great British Baking Show. I'm fluent on all English
I
baking
thought you were going to say I'm
shows.
fluent in English. I hope so.
I am.
I want to like come up with a quiz now because there's the quickfire questions at the end, but I don't want to get there yet.
Okay.
You have no questions to ask me?
How's your year been? Haven't seen you in
It's March.
forever. Well, I haven't seen you in forever.
I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but I'm loving it.
Oh, that's good. Do you have
It's
a big boy
weird.
job?
No,
Good.
I've literally done. Everyone's like, "So how are you?" I was like, "I'm great." Don't know why, but I am. I was like, "Don't know where I'm going to be in like 6 months. Might be kicked out of the country, basically. Don't know what I do want to do with my life or what I want to do for a job. Not earning enough money to like pay for my living. I'm basically just racking up debt. But I feel great mentally. I'm just like,
Well,
don't know how this is working.
self-care.
I'm either at rock bottom or I'm just in a great place mentally. It's
One
an
of the
odd
two.
place. Come on, keep talking. I'm dragging this out on
I have to
person.
come up with questions though. If you're gonna stay, what are you gonna do?
So I have a job that is applying for a sponsor for me, or for a sponsor for a visa for me.
Okay.
It just is whether or not it gets accepted or not.
All right.
And then I'll be Fort Collins, Denver area, being a store manager / director of IT.
Okay. I was gonna say you're CIS. Oh, I am,
CS,
right?
management, and entrepreneurship.
Oh my goodness. I took entrepreneurship. It was...
I loved those classes. They're so easy.
No, I didn't care for it. I
feel like you're a very this is how we do it person. Not that like you always will do it, you will change stuff if it makes sense to change it, but you're not like, here's a new thing, let's figure out how to do it.
I'm more of a process improvement person than brand new idea person. Yes. I would agree with that.
These are some weird questions.
What questionnaire are you looking
I
at?
literally just looked up questions to ask people.
Okay, let's hear 'em. I'm an open book.
This is just, in general for Americans, you have weird food combinations. The question is, what weird food combinations do you really enjoy? Americans just have weird ones. Chocolate shakes and fries.
Oh,
Fucking weird.
good.
Just ranch and everything. Fucking weird.
I'm not a ranch person. I'm more of a like spicy mayo girl.
Still weird. There's other ones the Americans do that are just weird.
You say they're weird, but you put mayo.
Yeah, I guess that's not a really good question to ask someone.
No,
Because like, what weird? Because you wouldn't think they're weird if you liked them.
exactly.
Because you've probably learned them from like your parents or something else, so it's not weird to you.
Exactly.
Unless other people have told you it's weird.
Putting like crunchy chips on your sandwiches.
I love that. Crisp sandwiches are the best. I used to just have crisp sandwich or cheese and crisp, which was slightly weird, but cheese and onion flavoured crisps.
You're making a funny face.
Because I don't think this question's very good. How would your country change if everyone, regardless of age, could vote? I don't think it
Oh.
would. For most countries.
But I think that I do like our voting age here because you need to understand what's going on in the world.
People
And a
don't
3-year-old,
understand even at our age.
this is true, but
If
be
you put it to 30,
informed.
no one would ever vote Democrat here.
Politics are not something.
I don't care about politics.
Keen
Politics
on.
don't matter as much in England. It's not as big a thing.
Interesting.
Even though with Brexit and stuff, it's still not as big a thing. Hang on. I'm pretty sure there was meant to be a vote on Brexit the other day. I'll ask another question while I'm looking that up, because everyone loves Brexit.
All right.
I don't know if you have, but this would be a great question. What's the most epic way you've seen someone quit or be fired?
Oh gosh.
I really hope there's some good stories for that one.
There are a couple. Goodness gracious. I worked at Red Robin for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
And there definitely was one guy who went out in a blaze of fire and like slammed his tray down, glass shattered everywhere, threw off his apron, and just walked out the back door. And our manager had to
Did he yell or
divvy
did
up
he
his
just
shift.
slow, like make
Oh,
the noise
no.
from slamming down?
Oh, if he yelled, I can't remember. But I remember the tray slamming down. I remember him ripping off his apron and just walking out.
I feel like everyone always wants to do that when they want to quit like a terrible place, but no one has the balls to do it. I didn't have someone quit, but I had someone. One of their friends was in town while we were in finals week.
Mm-hmm.
He got them to come into the final, 50 minutes through, stand up, shout, "This is bullshit," rip up the test, and walk out.
Oh my god!
And the teacher literally laughed. It was calculus. The teacher just laughed. But we all knew it was coming, so they told us before that all the rows around knew he was going to do it. And we were just waiting, and then everyone in our row was laughing, and everyone else was like, "What the hell just happened?" And we're just like, "We know."
Oh
We just stood there laughing. It wasn't someone quitting, but I can't believe someone actually planned that. Like,
have you ever seen Gilmore Girls?
no.
Educate yourself, watch Gilmore Girls. But there was a scene when Rory is in Yale, and she is giving a former Chilton student, like, the Yale experience. And these two boys come into the room and like make this huge scene. They're like, "Rory Gilmore, give him back his balls." And it's the greatest scene ever. I know that was a terrible description of it, but that is what I was always hoping would happen in college, and it hasn't yet.
So you're waiting for like that epic moment to happen, because that's like the sort of thing you see in like in Facebook videos or something, and you always think, are they staged? Ours was like 100%. I'm pretty sure they were filming it as well. Like
The thing is, are you really willing to put your grade on the line to do something like that?
But he didn't go to the school.
Right. So that's fine. That's why staging is okay. But real students aren't willing to put their grade on the line, put their future at risk.
No, and I don't think a real student really would. Actually, that's a lie. I know people in England who punch teachers at my school, so.
Oh gosh.
We
no.
had people, or some of my brothers used to set fire to the principal's car.
Oh god, no.
That's the sort of school I went to.
Nope.
We had people locked in locker rooms and beaten up. We had people trapped inside the entrance to cemeteries and trying to be attacked with knives. We had all sorts.
Gosh, I lived in a sheltered world.
England's mental. This question's mental though. Should kidneys be able to be bought and sold?
Like black market?
Doesn't say. I don't think you can
you've
buy
got
them
two.
outside. I guess if you make it legal, that would be like making it legal, I guess. So it wouldn't be black market anymore.
I don't think that body parts should. No.
So no to prostitution either.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
Do you think fish are aliens?
No. I don't. Have you seen any of the like History Channel Alien Vendetta type stuff?
I haven't seen any of them on channel. The fish one I asked partly because I saw, do you think aliens exist? And then I realised I saw a YouTuber who he doesn't claim fish are aliens. He's no, they're not. But he was like, if we saw a human come down and could do what a fish could do, we'd point at him and shout alien. Like if he had gills, you could breathe underwater and stuff. We'd all call him an alien. So he was
Right,
like,
but that's
therefore,
not
fish are aliens.
No. Oh my goodness. Slippery slope fallacy. No.
This is actually a question I ask a lot.
Fish are fish, not food.
Not even friends. They're just fish.
Yep,
I'm guessing you eat fish then.
I do.
I love asking this question in general. Which
Right.
mythical creature do you wish actually existed?
Gosh. Actually
I
existed?
ask this a lot as well, not even just...
Do you?
Yeah, because I like to know, because I have my answer always.
Fairies.
Oh, why?
Ew, don't do that. What's yours?
Phoenixes.
Oh, that'd be cool. No, fairies,
Maybe a hippogriff. I've just listened to the Harry Potter books again.
someone I'm talking to is listening to those. They're... goodness gracious. I feel like fairies carry with them a whimsy and just like a hope. I don't know.
Depends which fairies.
Good fairies, obviously.
Fairy odd parents?
No.
Is it fairly odd or fairy odd?
Very odd parents.
I think that is the way it actually is. I
Yeah.
can't remember now. I was like, I can't remember.
Very odd parents. But Phoenix would be really cool because Phoenixes have healing powers.
Carry a lot of weight. They can give cause to wands. They have beautiful songs. They're reborn from the ashes. It'd be like an everlasting pet for your family. How dope would that be?
It would be cool, but what happens when your family dies? Then the Phoenix has to find a new family.
Keep reproducing.
I don't know. If I were Phoenix and I had died...
It'd be like house elves.
Give them a sock.
No, I didn't mean that, but like when they don't have a master, they don't know what to do with their life. Following on from that, what... I don't want to say magical, but like what fictional world do you wish
Definitely
existed?
the Harry Potter world.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
See, I always think about that, but that's not my final answer ever.
Is it? Did you ever read the books Fablehaven?
No.
Oh my goodness. Such good books. Such an easy read.
I listen to books. I should say I
Harry
listened to the
Potter
Harry
world
Potters recently.
is the one that I definitely fantasize about being real the most. So I'm going to go with Harry Potter world.
See, mine's Pokemon.
See, I'm not into Pokemon.
You don't want like a tiny little animal running around with you.
I'm really excited for Ryan Reynolds to be Pokemon.
Oh, what, the Detective Pikachu one?
Yes.
I do want to see that, but not because of Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my goodness, he's just so funny.
He is funny.
So, and I've watched like the extended trailer, and he looks like he's gonna be.
But like everyone always goes down like, oh, maybe Lord of the Rings, like the Star Wars, the Harry Potters, like those kind of worlds.
Not
That's what
the
they think.
Star
And I'm
Wars.
like, what about Pokemon? Like, did you want anyone like has like weird animals that like live with them and stuff? Like, you wouldn't want to be like that.
No.
It'd either be that or it'd be Twilight, because I'd want to be a vampire.
Oh gosh.
Because I
To
prefer.
be immortal.
There,
would be pretty dang cool.
I guess I'd probably go more Vampire Diaries vampires than Twilight vampires.
Really?
Yeah.
You haven't seen Gilmore Girls, but you watch Vampire Diaries.
Oh yeah. But much more manly. There's werewolves in it.
There's werewolves in Twilight.
That's what I meant. There's werewolves in it.
There's werewolves in both.
No, I meant Vampire Diaries over Gilmore Girls. There's not werewolves in Gilmore Girls, is there?
No.
Exactly. So it's much more manly to watch Vampire Diaries. Like, I prefer the werewolves in Twilight, and I prefer that they can go out in the sunlight, but I think Vampire Diaries is more realistic. So
Oh my goodness. A more realistic
I'd want to be an original, though.
fit.
Fuck being anyone else.
An original would be sick. But,
Like, you could only die with that one stake that now Klaus just has hidden.
oh yeah. If you have the steak.
And Elijah just lives by his word. He's true to his word. That's why... See, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That's because I want to be one, not because I would like to be attacked by one, like killed by one, and have them running around.
Yeah, gosh, no.
But yeah, I always say Pokemon, because I'd love to have, like, a Charizard, just to pull out, like, Dragon! What are you going to do?
I'd love to be magical. Be able to cast spells.
It'd be like, if people just, like, piss you off, it's like, Dragon!
Yeah.
Hello!
I know, but you would have to learn not to just do that whenever anybody pissed you off.
You'd have to learn not to just do magic when people pissed you off.
This is true.
Probably easier to do magic than pull out a dragon everywhere. But
Probably.
and there is dragons in Harry Potter, you just can't control them as easy.
You can't control them at all.
Norbert wasn't too badly behaved as a kid.
No, Norbert.
But no, I don't think... Everyone always thinks Harry Potter, I'm English and everything. I was like, I don't think I would choose it. Although I do want to live forever, so maybe, because they live fucking long. Voldemort's like 70 when he dies.
Voldemort kills people.
Yeah, but he's like 70 when... Like, Dumbledore, like, mathematically has to be like 110 when he dies.
Dumbledore
And he's
is,
still
like,
going around like the
special
badass
case.
wizard. But everyone's that old.
Are they?
Because I'm pretty sure McGonagall was teaching at the school
McGonagall's.
when the Chamber of Secrets first opened, which means she already has to be like probably 30, which means she's 80 in the second book.
See, I feel like like she's a special case though, and I feel like the professor.
I think just wizards live longer.
Do they?
I think so.
I mean, but the flash forward to Harry Potter, when he's got his kids, he looks old.
Yeah, that's because it's a film. And it's him. You just had to make him look like fatter, basically, so he looked older.
That's pretty much what happens. So.
Hermione looks the same. Everyone else just looks like they put on weight.
Yeah.
Which I don't know
that is getting old.
if they did that like post-production or not, but because I doubt they just told them to get fat for one scene.
Oh no, it was definitely post-production. It's fake.
Or they put on like those masks that like change your face and stuff.
Yeah.
And they just like filled out their clothes with like a belly or something.
Maybe.
But no, yeah, I don't think I'd want Harry Potter. I think I'd go more fantasy, of like ridiculousness.
A Pokemon.
I'm trying to think, what other worlds are there now? Avatar?
Ooh, that'd be cool. Except if you're not accepted by the Na'vi, then.
Well, no, because humans still fly around on spaceships and stuff. You
Yeah,
don't
but
have
it's
to be
no
on Pandora.
fun. It's no fun if you're not in Pandora.
What other fancy books are there?
I don't really read fantasy books. I more read romance
I'm thinking
novels.
like films that are books, or like fantasy worlds that are films that I'm trying to think of. Narnia's?
I wouldn't want to be in Narnia.
I would if I was king. Like, all of mine have stipulations. That's probably why I want Pokemon, because anyone can have a Pokemon.
That's true.
Because if you chose Harry Potter and you're not a wizard or a witch...
In all of these, I am definitely one of the fanciful
Exactly.
creatures.
That's why it's like... There's a lot of worlds I would choose if I could choose who I was.
Yeah.
Not just, I want this to be real. If it was just, I want this to be real, I'd choose something that, like, either anyone can learn or, like, you can just pick up, like, a furry Pikachu or something.
So then what would be your superpower?
Telekinesis, or, like, mind control, or reading minds.
I would want to read minds.
Something mind-related.
It's always been my
It's
superpower
not
of choice.
always flashy. It was like, flying, or super strength, or invisibility. It was
I
like,
want to know what people
but you
are
can't
thinking.
really do that. Controlling stuff with my mind, or being able to read other people's thoughts.
I'd want to read others.
Because I think reading other people's thoughts is better than mind control.
Oh, 100%.
Because you can just put yourself in there in the right position rather than forcing someone to do something they don't want to do.
Yeah, no one should be made to do something they don't want to do.
We'll just go to quickfire questions now. You look like you're about to fall asleep, so you've laid down in your bed, you just look really comfy.
No.
Quickfire questions. You don't have to explain them quickly. I'm just gonna say the next one after you've done.
Okay.
So take your time if you need to.
Okay, I'm ready.
Most ridiculous thing you spend or waste money on.
Close.
Yeah, I feel like every girl's gonna say that actually. Favorite TV show at the moment.
Gilmore Girls.
Biggest letdown of last year.
Biggest letdown of last year?
Yep.
Not. Not getting.
Alright,
not getting exec on my sorority.
Ooh. How many books did you read last year?
15.
What would be your talent in a pageant?
I've always wanted to be a dancer.
So you would do dance, or you wish you could do dance?
I wish I could do dance.
So what would be your talent if you can't dance?
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. I don't really have like an outward talent.
Have an inward talent?
No, like the only thing that I'm like good at, quote unquote, that you can't see, but like I was good at running. It was nothing flashy. So
what would you choose? I think Miss Congeniality.
Miss Congeniality. I would do that like lip thing where you like pull it.
That would be your talent.
Yeah.
What would be your karaoke song?
It's Rain and Men.
Really?
These are quick questions. It's
That's
what
a
pops in
surprise
my
answer.
mind.
And then how did we meet? That was a surprise answer. I wasn't expecting Rainy Men. Don't know
How
what I was
did we
expecting,
meet?
but not that, yeah.
We met my freshman year through a mutual friend.
Well, yeah, but what will we do?
Oh my goodness. I think I came over to your apartment.
Nope.
Really?
We met
We
outside.
played volleyball.
It was beach volleyball outside the rec.
Beach volleyball outside the rec.
Because it was you and whatever else her name was. Caroline? No, you're Caroline. What was her name?
I'm Caroline.
You're not friends with her
Courtney.
now. I was like, I know that. I hope she's not outside. That'd be great. But no, this is the end of the podcast. So, as always, if you would like to share it, please feel free. If you know anyone that wants to come on or has good stories, or you want to come on, let me know.